cold. It might be everything's gonna feel 5 times worse. But I mean, part of the game. After a while, you get used to it. You run around. It gets hot out there. You're tired. You don't even feel cold no more. So.
Um, got game day coming in as well. Are you? I mean, is that a show that you watched growing up in high school, or even do you try to catch it in the mornings before your guys' game? I mean, is it special at all?
Well, during high school, growing up, watching college football, definitely something I've always watched, and it's cool, man. Finally get to, I think they came Baylor my freshman year, but yeah, it's definitely cool that they're coming back, and I get to play on that. The team gets to play on that stage, so a great opportunity to showcase what we got to the whole country. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's a lot of good games this weekend. They decide to come here
Yeah.
because this is kind of sets up the Big 12 championship a little bit. How much excitement is there in that now that we can kind of talk about the Big 12 title being one game and this is kind of our shot?
Yeah, this is we came up short last week and we get to make up for it this week. So against our rivals, so it'll be great. We got them at home, great opportunity, like I said, and just continue. We need to go out to practice, work hard this week, and so we can have fun. Like I said, we got game day coming, big crowd, and it'll be fun, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
Right. Again, similar to last week, just a lot of weapons. Both those running backs are dangerous, and I don't think I've seen, watching the tape throughout the years, many missed tackles as I've seen against teams playing them. It would have to be each team's probably all-time high of missing tackles. Just one guy on those two. There's a lot of them, so that's concerning. And then the weapons he has, is Shepard and Westbrook, and just in the backside of the backfield, and then him creating. I mean, he's just he's not a pocket guy. He's just dangerous. They'll take shots, but then when it's a pattern to read, he reads it, and then he'll keep staying open or staying free until they come open. So yeah, I mean, they've just kind of seems like every week, they're just gaining confidence and they're making plays. They're clicking along pretty good right now.
You've seen that offense, I guess, kind of develop throughout some of the games
Yeah, you can see that. I think they do a good job of scheming every week in the run game. I think Coach Riley and those offensive guys are doing a good job of seeing the defenses and scheming up their run game. He definitely wants to run the football, and maybe even more recently because they're seeing that they can run it effectively. Maybe as that offensive line's gotten better throughout the year, I think he's saying, hey, we got two of the best backs in the in the conference and maybe one of the best in the nation. So let's run the football. And I think they've found a way to do that these last few weeks pretty effectively.
Coach, does that mean to you a literal 50-50 or as close as you can get to it, or is it
Well,
more complex than that?
you want to make sure the defense is honest. That's the most important thing. So whether you're throwing it 60% of the time or whether you're running it 60% of the time, the most important thing is that the defense doesn't know what you're going to do and they can't lean on one tendency. That's the biggest thing. You want to complement yourselves and keep them off balance. But as far as percentages go, you have to take what the defense is giving to you, and you have to do whatever you have to do to move the ball and score points.
Getting 73% of your offense pass at the passing game, are you more inclined to say, oh, we got to get more from the run game, or are you inclined to think, thank God we got 73%
We know,
passing?
well, no, we know we need to get more from our run game. I mean, that's obvious to everybody. We got to improve there and try to milk every yard we can get out of the run game and improve upon that. And that's our plan this week, and we got to strive towards balance, although it's never perfect. Will it be 50-50? I don't know. I mean, the OU is going to play a heavy, numbers in the box deal. They don't like to give up anything in the run, but we're going to try to merge forward, try to create, establish line of scrimmage, come off the ball, and move them. So that's the plan, and we'll take what they give us from there.
Mason Rupp got knocked down more Saturday than
good.
Was there a lot of recovery required?
No, I don't think there was much. He seemed to bounce back just fine. I mean, he played the whole game and did a really good job and played his best as the game progressed. So he'll be fine coming in this week. And, he's got a positive attitude. That's the most important thing. And wants to get back up on that saddle.
He's on course for 4,000 yards. In fact, if he just hits his averages, he'll be way beyond 4,000 yards. Did you see on the board, if there was a number you had on the board preseason for him, was it 4,000 or has?
There's no numbers. I mean, stats don't matter. Throwing stats, numbers, that is irrelevant. It's about wins. Got to get this W, and that's the only stat that matters.
Are you so young that 4,000 is not that big a number for you, that you're so accustomed to guys
I'm not in the
4,000?
stats. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not. I mean, the gaudy numbers and that sort of thing. I think that's just the nature of like spread offense and the spread game and tempos and that sort of thing. And I don't get too caught up into that stuff.
Wendy's the all-time leading passer on Big 8. He never threw for more than 2,200 yards.
Well, I hear you. I mean, I was the leading passer in my high school. Broke the record for most touchdown passes in a season.
How many?
12, yeah. Shattered it, man. I think it was 8.
Is that right?
I mean, come on, man. I mean, you just it's different eras, and different styles of football, and there's a lot of talent out there, and you're just trying to move the ball and score points, and however you got to do it, it really doesn't matter. And if you get caught up in numbers, you're really moronic because it's all about wins. That's all that matters. I don't care if you have to win the game 3-0. It doesn't matter.
You got a lot of guys to help you.
Yeah, not too bad since I played a little bit in high school. Just a few things here and there that I had to get back from playing O-line, so it wasn't that bad.
You're a guy who's been all over the scales. You've had to put on weight, take off weight, and you seem to have settled in at least at a weight now that you like.
Yeah, it's definitely, back doesn't hurt, knees don't hurt. It's nice.
I kidded you earlier this week. You're going to be out there with the receivers now to practice all week because they're going to throw the ball to you and see what you can do, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
That great speed that you have right there. Now, you did have a little bit of a, I don't know if it was a cowboy back in Broken Arrow, but nonetheless, you were in kind of a dual situation there, right?
Yeah, I played a little bit of defensive end, third down situations with rush the passer, and then line up in the backfield there towards the end. But yeah, it was kind of the same situation.
Take us back, and again, you're just happy to be here and be on a position, but it's a distinct difference being up there, giving out the blocks, and maybe being more part of the offense that you are right now. There's a big transition to make.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm happy where I'm at, and it's an exciting time.
Getting a little help from the other Cowboy backs along the way?
Oh yeah, Blake Jarwin and Jeremy Seaton. It's really like a brotherhood there, and Jordan Frazier as well, and they're with us in the room. It's a real tight-knit group, and we have a lot of fun.
Are they a little bit more patient with you since you don't know the playbook as well maybe as they do, or maybe you do?
Oh yeah, I know the playbook as well, if not better than they do.
You know what? I wish they were here. We could get a nice debate going, being a political season that it is.
Yeah.
Being from the state, I mean, that's the obvious question, the obvious elephant in the room. Oklahoma shouldn't have any problem getting ready for the game, et cetera, this evening.
Oh, absolutely not. We don't really have any problem getting ready for any game. We prepare each week the same to get the win.
How was it this past week? And I got to imagine if you're a competitor, you certainly were down a little bit. But you guys have done a good job each week. No matter whether you win or lose, going out with the same mindset.
Right. Bouncing back from Baylor, we had a great week of practice, and we're excited to get out there tonight.
Connections between this team. What is that like? I mean, do you guys like that? You know these guys personally. Does it make it more fun? I mean, what dynamic does it add in all this?
Yeah, it makes it more fun just because when you're our age and you're just kind of hanging out, you kind of like to talk a little trash and not in to be mean or wrong in any way. We're doing it to have fun with each other and this week we probably won't talk very much. We'll probably keep our distance but to look. 6 months from now, we'll look back on it, and we'll all be able to talk about it and have laughs about whatever happened in the game, and so it's fun to have friends on the other side of it, no matter what game it is, just because you can have some kind of connection with those guys. So.
Have you gotten to know Baker a little bit?
Yes.
What's the guy like? He's so fiery out there. He's like talking crap to Sean Oakman in the Baylor game, and he just seems like a pretty unique kind of dude.
He's very unique. He's a very good guy, and you can tell the way he plays is kind of who he is off the field. As far as I haven't gotten to know him that much, but as much as I know him, he's very outgoing. and you know, he's kind of guy when you meet him, he just kind of makes you laugh, and he's just kind of got a lot of emotion with him off the field as well. He as far as I know him, I mean, he's pretty good, a very good dude, but he got very outgoing and kind of the life of the party.
After this Baylor game, you look over the stats, you see you guys have 8 yards rushing. I mean, what comes to your mind when you see that kind of deficiency, I guess?
We got to be better.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have those numbers running the ball and expect to win a football game. So, as far as an offense and running the ball goes, we have to be better, and we know that. And so this week in practice, we'll definitely prepare to get better.
Mike Gundy said on his radio show a couple weeks back that there's even a set that he has that you guys have done in practice where you and Rudolph run the backfield at the same time. Now, I don't expect you to tell me much about it or anything like that, but are there some plays and some formations that you guys have been kind of putting on the back burner to this point to maybe bring out in some of these big games late?
We've got some good things.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of good things. And yeah, there's some plays in there where it's being made on the field. So,
I mean, how exciting is that? I mean, because we've talked about it before, inserting new plays in this playbook and just the fun of that. To have 2 quarterbacks in at the same time, I mean, I don't know if they've ever really done it here in a real game.
it's gonna be it'll be a lot of fun. It's exciting to do it in practice. So to do it in a game will be, just that much more exciting and that much more fun. So.
Have to be prepared for they have great backs and they have great receivers that we have to be prepared for, and we just have to tackle better, not like we did last week against Baylor. So.
Talk about some of those breakdowns you had with maybe not being able to hold on 3rd down, or allowing the big play. Did that start to affect you guys and later on as the game went on, or were you just kind of still thinking we can pull this out?
I feel like we started slow that game, and we still have a lot to improve on. And I know Coach Spence is going to have a great game plan for us coming this week, and we just have to do a better job than we did last week, like correcting errors we made and making better tackles in open fields.
How do you think that? How was your mental state at that point, last game against Baylor, as the game progressed? Because we got right back, tied 14-all, and then from that point on, it seemed like Baylor was in control of the rest of the game.
I was disappointed in how we were playing. I was mad. I was trying to focus and saying like what we have to do. I was trying to do the best I can to help my team out. So I just felt like we had a lot of errors we were making that we still had to fix.
Right.
So I mean, at halftime we had a couple of adjustments which kind of helped us out too. But Baylor was just a better team that week.
So it seems like it's likely OU is going to come out with a similar game plan against you guys. What's to keep the same fate from happening, Bedlam?
Bedlam, it's crazy stuff happens. Bedlam, you never know what can happen. But we just have to go out there and be the best we can be. We go out there and make better plays, better tackles, and just stop OU. So.
What's your concern about Baker Mayfield and P. Ryan, and they've got a pretty stout run game, and then they can get you downfield too. So, what do you guys have to do on the inside to at least try to contain that run game?
Just do a better job stopping the run. They have bigger backs than Baylor has, so we just have to, like P. Ryan, so we have to do a better job just stopping them in the box and making them one dimension. So that's what we need to do.
Have you seen a combo of that stature this season? I mean, that trio is probably going to give you all you want and then some.
Oh yeah. I don't think we've ever. I think this will be one of the best backs we faced all season.
So how do you slow them down?
Hustle to the ball, run to the ball, effort, outrageous effort. That's what we got to do.
Okay. So as young players, you guys hadn't lost in about a year, and then now bouncing back, getting defeated at home, having those national, playoff aspirations. There's still an outside possibility, but having those dashed, and then trying to get your mind right, that's got to be a whole journey in itself this week, not just the physicality of it and getting ready.
Oh yeah, it's a tragic loss that we had. But, I mean, I know guys are going to step up to the plate. We don't like the feeling of losing. We haven't lost in a year now. All of a sudden we just lost at home, too. So a huge crowd. So, that's actually a motivation factor for us. So, we're going to go out there and give it all our all. So.